sure, what the hell? Hello, and welcome to the Museum of Alternate Realities. Allow me to show you around. Wait, so what is this? This is What If. What if the world took slightly a different path? Here we have some things from such worlds. It is interesting to see what might have been, you know. All it has to be is more interesting than taking the bus home to eat leftover chow mein for breakfast. Not bad though, yeah. Why have I never noticed this building before? And now what is the main attraction? Here you can meet other versions of yourself, if you had a different path in life. In fact, I also am a different you. Pleased to meet you. Also, pleased to meet you. Hey, grab a chair. Okay, that's impossible. But what if it wasn't? Okay, so this is... weird? Magic realism, maybe? It does not matter. It simply is. It sure is. How do I know you're really me? Is there anything we all have in common? Relentless skepticism? Yeah, how do I know you're really us? Anyway, you clearly have the family bitch face. Good enough, I guess. Well, hi. I'm you if you're a fucking lifer at a strip club. Not even a good strip club. Sorry, everyone. Exit through the gift shop. Don't apologize. We're just you if you made different choices. I'm not totally sure why we're all here, but we'll figure it out. Yeah, don't be sorry. So, hey, I'm you if you took a more, I guess, conventional career path into self-employment. It was rough for a couple of years, but then I got my business off the ground and met someone really great, and now we have a kid together and we actually just signed papers on a new place. We don't make a lot, but it's rewarding as fuck, and having a family is just... well, I know you don't think you'll like it, but trust me, you will. Okay, wait. So when I'm on a dating site at 3 a.m. and I see someone actually normal who wants to get married and have kids soon, and then I start imagining how maybe that wouldn't be so bad after all. I know, eh? And maybe I could do it, and maybe I could travel more and have pets and go camping, but then I forget about it all the next day. You mean I actually am capable of all that? I'm capable of having kids and not feeling like you're casting them into the hell of a shitty world and its terrible future? Of course you're capable. Things change pretty quick. Never underestimate the limits of the human imagination. Over and over again, I meet people who are stuck in particular patterns of behavior simply because they can't, envision something more for themselves. There really needs to be some sort of societal shift to really stress the value of focusing on goals instead of assuming you know who you are and what you're not capable of. Like I tell everyone, you can't plan to meet your best friend or your partner because the best things are often things we can't see coming. Nice to hear that out loud. Life is, you are there and you keep making sure you are there, and then while you are there, something new. You never know what is coming, and what can you do? It is cool I have it in me to be bilingual. Or largely bilingual anyway. Hey, fuck you. Okay, so basically I could have been someone actually good, but I blew it? Yeah, that sounds about right. Again, sorry. That's not what we meant at all. We're not... this isn't an intervention. Oh, that is probably the first thing they say at every intervention. Yeah, based on your appearance, I'm sure your life is just terrible. You're what, the fucking CEO of Time Warner or the president of Zimbabwe or something? No, I actually am active in local government. I'm you if you took some different courses in school, got inspired by some specific people, tried a few new things and found that you liked them, and yeah, it's frankly exhausting and dating is not easy, but it's also great knowing that I can tangibly make a difference and yeah, I'm doing well, but... Well, that's just fucking delightful, isn't it? And you're me if I'd got a 1% higher mark on a math test in grade 8 and then became a trilingual polymath on the level of Leonardo da Vinci, won the Nobel Prize for perfect skin, and you just bought a dacha in the country for you and all your fucking friends, and then one time you guys all went to a strip club as a joke and threw rubles at some bimbo loser for a couple of hours. Ballpark? Specifically, I'm you if your parents had to move to another country for work. I myself work in fashion design, principally. You fucking bitch. You know what? Let's kind of reset here. And No, that's fine. I mean, even if I was born on another continent, it's good to know I'd still be more successful than I am now, with better hair, more friends, and of course, way happier. Because the most I get out of life is to babysit that percentage of a guy that doesn't deserve to be lonely in that brief moment before he says something demeaning. But it's good to at least have confirmation that of all possible realities, I've managed to find the fucking lost city of failure. I'm fucking sorry that you were brought here to see you could have been this much of a fucking embarrassment. You only are the failure one if you keep up with this fucking nonsense of telling us what you think we want to hear. You are me, and I know me, and I don't have this definition of success and happiness that is all money and nice boyfriends and a certain specific furniture. I'm not that much of a mewling goddamn baby. You think all of us are from realities where we are going around judging the shit out of everyone? Well, I think all of us are probably united in not defining happiness as lying awake every night, trying to forget that you could have been an adult and you could have been a winner, but you're fucking not because you fucking suck. You know what I lie awake for? There are young people. All I think about is these young people. Young girls in villages, and to be a model is the only way out, but then there come these men who say, oh, I am modeling agent, you come with me for work, and they are a new victim of human trafficking. You would sell your soul to provide money for your family, but here it is taken for nothing. This keeps me awake. And young friends, someone you work with every day and you love them and they tell you they are very glad they meet someone on a website, and the next day you find out the date they were going on to meet was actually an ambush. It was 6 guys from homophobic group who beat them and robbed them, and you don't even ask about police because you know they don't give a shit. You're different. You're not a human. God does not allow this. And that is their life. And if you think I can never not care, you can forget about it. All I think about is all these people, and I try to help. And a lot of this money you think I have, I put this aside for kinds of safe spaces and efforts and these kinds of things, but never it seems like enough. My heart, it broke a long time ago. But having advantages then not helping others is not moral. You really are not human if you are just sitting there enjoying your luck. You are not poor, you are not different, you are safe in God's love. I'm sorry. It's just very hard to know not everyone has our choices. Not everyone can see what is in themselves. Honestly, my secret plan is to save up enough money to buy out the owners and then turn the club into something better. Fucking feminist strip club. I literally have diagrams and shit. It's an actual serious plan I have. To take all that money they think they're paying me in return for my dignity and then upend the whole thing from the inside. And then even if it goes out of business a week later, even if I just end up recreating Don Quixote, that won't stop me from being glad that I tried. The girls I work with deserve it. I do a lot of outreach work for sex workers, and I can't even tell you the changes I'd make if I had more resources. They deserve the whole thing other people get, where you get to be yourself and get respect. I'm fucking sick to death of people having to pick one or the other, you know? Okay, I was vague before because I didn't want you to feel pressure to have the same job as me, but I actually run a nonprofit for really similar stuff to that. I actually would really like to compare notes with you right now. Oh, wow. I literally spent last year getting mobile outreach funding through city council. There's a huge trafficking problem that nobody talks about, and it's like pulling goddamn teeth getting anyone to give a shit, but I fucking give a shit, you know? Yeah, me too. Yes, you too. A nice rack, by the way. Quite something you got there. Yeah, I guess there's no point denying I've had work done. And it's sure not what I would do, but it's just as valid a choice because it's your fucking body and your rules. Yes, and it's everyone's obligation to rid themselves of the need to have opinions about what transpires within the absolute sovereignty of other people's physical space, much as we do not vote in the elections of other countries. Elections of other countries. Nice to hear that out loud. I guess it's at least good when the place you feel most accepted is a room full of yourself. Indeed, I concur. You bitches are a bit of all right. Fucking A. You know, I accepted a long time ago I was living in the working below ability universe. The potential was there, but everything I had to be proud of was just the best thing on a bad menu because I chose poorly. Never underestimate the limits of the human imagination. I think everybody feels that guilt always for the road untaken. I know that I do. How green elsewhere is the grass, you know. Yes, I think we can all relate completely. And you're like, but you guys have so much to be proud of, but so do you. People like you change things. And hopefully people like me do as well. Yeah, you think I'm not in fucking awe of your confidence right now? Knowing I have it in me to be you is amazing. You know, we eat ourselves alive worrying if we're on the right path in life. I mean, I think we all feel like the shitty version of someone else at times, but I think it's easy to forget about the things that would always be the same no matter who we were. So much is decided for us anyway. Where you're born, in what circumstances. What we control is what kind of person are we. A person who tries to make life on this ridiculous planet easier for even one other person. And even in my darkest moments, I know for fucking sure that no matter who I was, I'd give a shit about others, and I'd question myself, and I'd constantly be working towards something better because that's what matters. Yes. I think that's the one true path in life, you know? Fuck yeah. Yes, me too. Yes, you too. Maybe whatever this is right now, plot device, hallucination, stress-induced daydreaming, maybe the point isn't whether there are alternate paths out there. It's that it's irrelevant because there are no circumstances where you wouldn't be you. I think that's what we all have in common, to answer your question. You guys really think that's possible? What if it was?
Everything we've ever done, or ever lost, or ever won, was only leading up to this special shift in emphasis. No, I'm kinda sensitive, forgive me if it gets a bit repetitive, but this is what I'm working